Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Before getting into today's video, a little intro about my channel. On this channel, I'm going to give study tips for undergrad students. I'm currently in Canada and have been an undergrad student for the last 4 years. As a student who is graduating soon, I have quite a bit of experience that I wanted to share with you and want to talk about stuff that I did not do myself, but if I go back in time, I would definitely do it. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the mistakes I made in past, and I really wish I knew this before I had started my undergrad. So without further ado, into this topic, I'm going to talk about, do you need to buy textbooks as an undergrad student before the semester starts? There are 12 tips that I'm going to talk about, which will also include real life examples, so please watch it till the end. Before talking about the 12 tips, I'm going to briefly talk about why I'm making this video. The first reason for that is I bought textbooks that I never used. Those textbooks are still sitting on my study rack, and I'm not sure if I'll ever use them. This happened because either I had ended up dropping the course or just not using the textbooks as everything was lecture based. Just a real life example based on that, I bought a textbook for about $320 because I like using physical textbooks. By the way, online version was much cheaper. When the course started, some student posted an online version of textbook, and it seemed like a waste of money because the textbook was not refundable, and I'm not able to sell it for the same price or somewhat similar. So that was the reason for today's video, and now I'm going to talk over the tips that I wanted to share. The first tip is why you should not buy a textbook before the classes start. Most of the courses don't need textbooks. After the course starts, professors tell students if they need to buy a textbook or if the exam will be textbook or lecture based. So it's better to wait a few days and take better financial decisions. Second would be free online version of textbooks. You can find free online versions of textbook and are easily to download. For example, in my class, there's always someone in my group chat who would find an online version of textbook and post it in the group chat. So the whole class is able to see that online version. So it's pretty good. Next reason would be dropping the course. Sometime we end up dropping the course, so the textbook is not useful at all in that case. Next point will be sharing basis. You can also buy a textbook on a sharing basis if someone else is willing to pay half the price of the textbook. This happens usually in case of online versions of textbooks. In my case, we did it for chemistry, so you basically end up saving about like $50 to $60, and you save a lot of money on that. Next point is time consuming. It consumes a lot of time as there are big lineups in bookstore before the semester starts, and it take hours to buy a textbook, whereas you can use that same time to make your calendars for the semester or buy any sort of stationery that you need. For example, calculators, pencils, pen, or whatever. However, if you do need to buy a textbook, I personally would go as early as possible, because if you go early as possible before the door opens, you save a lot of time for the remaining day and get to do other things. So that's it for that point. Next point is it's really hard to sell textbooks. It's mainly because there are new versions coming for textbooks every now and then. So even if you're trying to sell a textbook and you might had never used it before, people won't be interested in buying your textbook as there might be new versions. Also, some people kind of like purchase new textbook. They don't really like buying textbooks that have been touched by other people, especially in these COVID days. Next reason will be renting textbooks. You can also rent a textbook from a bookstore. Different schools have different policies for it, so you might want to check with your bookstore if you are interested in renting a textbook. Next reason would be, do you need a physical textbook or an online version? If you have decided to buy a textbook, then the question is, do you need online version or the physical textbook? Different people have different opinions. Some prefer online, some prefer physical textbook. I personally prefer physical textbook, but for the past 2 years, I've been using e-version sort of textbooks on my iPad, and it's really convenient because I can highlight everything on it and take notes on it. So it's pretty handy. So next question, actually, a lot of people ask is like, can you get an A or A plus without textbook? The answer to that is absolutely yes, because it's doable. A lot of my friends, including me, have got A or A plus without textbooks, so it's definitely doable without purchasing textbooks. The next two tips I'm going to be talking about are based on question when you should buy a textbook. So first reason from that would be, even if professors say that you shouldn't buy a textbook, you might want to try studying for a week and try solving the problems from previous exams or quizzes that might be available. And just check yourself, like, if you're not able to answer those questions based on the lecture slides or lecture info that you get, buying a textbook is the best option in that case. So for example, in case like physiology, microbiology, my professors told me not to buy a textbook, but I wasn't able to understand the bigger picture of the concepts taught in class, so I ended up buying textbooks, and it was very helpful. So it's basically your choice, or like try to figure out as the course goes on, because it helps a lot. Next point from that would be which courses I definitely need the textbook for. Usually you don't need a textbook for electives, which I realized over my undergrad. However, for the STEM courses, for example, in case of biology and chemistry, you definitely need a textbook because it helps you understand the concepts that the future courses will touch upon. For example, I'm a biology focused student, so there is so much information on like plasma membranes, cell structures, which was needed for future biology courses. So understanding those in the introductory biology course with the help of textbook had set a really good foundation for myself. So it was very helpful to buy a textbook in that particular subject. And just a side note for science students, if you're taking intro chemistry, please buy a textbook with solution manuals because it helps a lot. My school had this like Pearson sort of thing, so it had all these solutions inside. So I didn't have to buy extra solution manuals, but in case you have different sort of textbooks, solution manual helps a lot. The last thing is, I really wish I knew this before I started my undergrad, because I would have saved a lot of money. Like a lot of money. There are a lot of books that I see in my rack. I mean, I can't use those. They are like, I can still study from them if I take any courses in future, but like, there are some core books that I like took for elective courses, and I'm really not sure if I'll ever read those. So in the end, I'm just gonna say these tips are based on my personal experiences. They might work for some people and not for the others, because we all have different study habits. So yeah, so that's it for the video. I hope this video was helpful to you. If you like this video, please hit the like button and please subscribe my channel to watch more videos for study content. Also, subscribing channel is totally free, so please subscribe as it helps me a lot. Yeah, so that's a wrap. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.